Last minute, man. I'm here in my home kitchen, and I need y'all to help me settle a dispute that's happening between Mr. Obvious and I. And I want to call this the Great Biscuit Bake-Off. All right, so this is something we've been arguing about. He claims he makes the best biscuits. And you know what? These old people in their old-time ways, they think they got the best of everything. Myself, I've got modern-day technology, and I know people like this. The cowboy Kent Rollins. And I got his wonderful cookbook here, and actually this biscuit recipe is not in this cookbook. However, I watch his YouTube channel, and he has shown me the way to make the perfect biscuit. Now, poor Mr. Obvious thinks he's got the upper hand. Myself, I'm going to go ahead and give him a glimpse into the way I cook them in my home oven. And then we're going to go out and I'm going to let him cook his. Now, I've got the obvious advantage, but we're going to cook our biscuits in a Dutch oven out in the field. So, without further ado, I will show you how I do this. So, and it's just Cowboy Kent Rollins recipe. I didn't come up with this. This is just the way I do it, and it works out pretty good. I haven't had any complaints. So we're going to start here with the flour, and we'll have the recipe in the comments below. So we start with our flour. Then we add our sugar. We're going to add our salt. I use pink Himalayan salt because I'm kind of fancy. It's the way I feel, you know, kind of doing my awesome thing. But then we're going to add baking powder. Then we add the cream of tartar, as he says. And we're going to mix this up, the dry ingredients. Now, we want this to look like an even mix. Don't have to be anything special here. If I can do it, anyone can do it. You know, this isn't rocket science or rocket surgery. This is very simple. And that's all I do is simple. So here we go. Now, the consistency of this looks like flour. Okay. Nothing complicated here. Now, I take a little something different. He used just regular milk. I'm using nothing but cream. And I added lemon juice to it to create my own buttermilk. Then I'm going to take 1 egg. Now, typically, you would take this egg and you would mix it in a separate bowl. And my mother is over watching here and she's cringing. And I remember, or I recall, in my high school years when I took food management, and they told us always break your eggs in a separate container because sometimes you will have a contaminated egg. And what's so funny is I said, I've never seen that in my entire life. I eat eggs all the time. Now, back then, I ran track, I played football. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I ate a dozen eggs a day. And I have never seen a contaminated egg until she told me that. And I was making a batch of I think it was pancakes. And I cracked that egg, and I'll be dipped if it didn't come out a bloody egg. The only one I've ever seen in my life, and I've never seen one since. Funny thing, just wanted to point that out. But what I'm going to do here is mix this up. Now you can take a fork or anything. But what I do is I use this spoon. I'm just going to mix this up. I'm making a mess, but that's okay. We use this whisk here, and whisk it up good. Now, I like to whip my eggs, but when you're dealing with cream like this, heavy whipping cream, you don't want to make whipped cream. So this is all mixed up. Now that this is whipped up, I'm going to wipe my hands off. And then I'm going to get the secret. And that is, in the freezer, we've got butter. Okay? Now, butter is not carbide or anything like that, you know. This is the stuff Han Solo was frozen in. But we want it hard. You know, I want it to have a hard consistency here. No one likes anything soft and flaccid. It's got to be hard. So, or anybody I've ever known anyway. So, we do it like that. Make sure the paper's off of it. And I've got a nice sharp knife. And we've got this sharp. So, we're going to cut our butter into our dry mix. And you know what? If you were thinking anything dirty when I said soft and flaccid, that's on you. I didn't say anything to make you ever think that. And if you did, you know what? Consult your local church or your local whatever. You might need some help. So we're talking about butter here. And we want our butter nice and hard. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So we're cutting this. All right, guys, this ain't Aunt B. This is crazy Uncle Last Minute Man, and my poor nephew is filming this, so everybody give him a little bit of slack. It's not his fault that this isn't perfect, okay? So it's probably someone else's fault. Can't be mine. It's his. But it's not his. He's just a boy. So we're gonna take this butter and we're gonna knead this in like so. And I want this not quite a pie crust consistency. And I don't know, to the novices out there, this is a thing that my grandmother bought, and it's a pushy thing that you break up butter with. That's all I've ever used it for. So I call it the pushy thing. So that's what I'm doing here. And it's worked well for me with biscuits. So I'm doing this, and I make Dutch apple pie and other things with it. And you know, but I don't want quite a pie crust consistency with this. Okay? But we want it nice and broke up, evenly mixed-ish. Because this isn't a science, it's an art. Okay, people? This is art. Okay? So now we take our egg cream mixture. I'm going to add a little bit. Liberty, chill out. My dog's excited. She thinks she's going to get some biscuit here. And it's probably because it's Kent Rollins mixture. His dogs do the same thing. Okay. But here we are mixing this up. Hey, chill out. It's okay. You'll get a biscuit. Show her She's convinced she needs to be in the picture. All right, thank you. All right, now everybody knows you love biscuits. You're spoiled. All right, that's what's going on. All right, we keep adding. We're gonna mix this up. Okay. I make a mess when I work. But when I do it, oh, it's good. It comes out great. Worst case scenario, you gotta clean up a little bit, or your puppy gets to clean up your mess. But that's the way we do things here at Last Minute Man's household. And you know what? I'm gonna have to add a little bit more milk to this mixture. I'm gonna throw some flour down. This helps clean your hands off. Okay. Jump in here, grab some milk. This is COVID-free milk. Just want to say, it's safe. We'll mix it up. Sometimes you just got to get your hands dirty. And that's what we got to do right now. We're going to take this, we're going to mix it. And you know what? It ain't always pretty, but it's going to be pretty when it's done. All right. Gotta get that consistency that you're looking for. It's gonna be kind of like a mud pie. That's what we're looking for here. I know that doesn't sound pretty, but it's gonna work out. Don't worry. Promise. You're gonna be happy when it's done. Okay. So I'm here. Got my mixture. Okay. Get that flour there. I'm gonna mix. You're gonna need it. Okay? We're gonna work this. You better make sure you wash your hands before you do this, because if you don't, everybody's gonna get whatever you got. And that maybe you want them to. I don't know. Works for some people. For me, I want to make sure I'm clean. Don't want my family to get sick. Okay. So let's show all the nitty gritty here, and you'll see this stuff will stick to your fingers. But that's what makes it taste good, see? This is just the way things are. You knead it over. Okay. Now, ooh, we're seeing it get solid now. Okay. Any baker will tell you that getting dirty is half the fun. All right, so now I've got it the way I want it. Okay, kind of got me a nice little bowl here. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna take a little bit of flour. I'm gonna spread it over. The way I do it. in this time, you should have had your oven preheating to 450 degrees. And I've got a cast iron griddle, pre-coated. Got me a little cutter here. We're going to cut us some biscuits. All right. Like I said, this is simple. I may have made it look a little more complicated than it should have been, but this is what happens when you're drinking bourbon. Okay? Just do it your way. It's Burger King. All right. So do this. Cutting these nice and thick. Reshape. You do this. And then you get a fugly biscuit at the end. It's just what I call the fugly. All right, put that right in the middle. We're gonna mix this up. And 450 degrees. Throw this in the oven. And we'll see what happens here in about 12 minutes. We are 8 minutes into baking, and look at those biscuits. They're looking fluffy. We'll see what's going to happen. Last minute, man, and now we have finished our biscuits. And by no means do I ever claim that these are the best. I'm just saying they're better than Mr. Obvious's biscuits. And you know how I know that? Because these are done and his aren't. So we're going to, Liberty, come up here. So, you want to try a biscuit? I'm going to give you the fugly biscuit. Oh, look how easy that just breaks it. Oh, the steam coming off that. It's so hot though. Can you handle that? Can you handle that, baby? All right, chill, sit. How about you get down there and sit? Sit, lay down. Good girl. That must have been a good biscuit. That's all I'm saying, because she loved it. So let me try it now. I gave her the first taste. Are you okay with me taking the second? Come on. All right, now, hey, come here. Chill out. Let me, you're excited. You're ready to take another taste. All right, now I put a little butter on mine. So now I got this pretty basket of these right there. And I'm gonna take my little cuts with a butter knife. Look at that. This isn't me, people. It's bread. It's easy. All right, but we're gonna take this, and it's got a nice little crunch on the outside. Oh, that's good. You want another one? You want another one? Come on. Come on. Say please. Come here. Come here. Oh. All right. So, last minute man with Cowboy Kent Rollins biscuits. And I did them to the best of my ability. What say you? People at home, try it. It's not that complicated. It's very easy. You can go to his YouTube site and see this, but I'm going to do it with cast iron, and we'll see if Mr. Obvious is ready to step up to the plate. So you can try my recipe, sir, and then try yours, and we'll still see who comes out on top. Last minute man.